Hi, I'm Jane Kennedy, your host for Greatest Sports Legends. My guest today just happens to be, without a doubt, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. In high school, he broke almost every New York City scoring record and led his team, Power Memorial, to 3 straight city championships. In college, he carried UCLA to 3 straight NCAA championships and was named the tournament's most valuable player each year. In the pros, he has won 6 MVP awards, and his teams have captured 3 NBA titles. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Welcome to Sports Legends.
Gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it over to Sam Jones. Havlicek stole the ball.
Starr begins the count. Takes the snap. He's got the quarterback thinking he's taking a touchdown. And the Green Bay Packers are going to be world champions.
Affirmed under a left-hand whip. Allier on the outside driving. Affirmed to Allier. Heads to Bart. Here's the pitch by Downing. Swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7-15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in more ways than one, the giant of professional basketball. His physical presence is awesome. Kareem stands over 7 feet tall and weighs 235 pounds. His talent is truly remarkable. Graceful, agile, strong. He's one of a handful of basketball players to which the term unstoppable comfortably applies. He is the classic dominant big man.
The neighborhood I lived in was mainly Irish Catholics who rooted for the Yankees. I was, the lone Dodger fan and the lone black kid. I think if I patterned my life after anybody, it was Jackie Robinson. When I first started playing basketball, I only did it for fun. I was kind of shy. Being tall, you're immediately singled out.
When you were at Power Memorial High School, Coach Donahue referred to you as a minority of one in many different ways, being 7 foot tall, being black, being Catholic. Did that affect your personality at all?
I remember reading something that Charles de Gaulle said. He was a tall man, and he said that little people get to sneak around in crowds, whereas tall people, they're immediately identifiable, and their whole public demeanor and appearance is obvious to everybody, and you have to have it together or you're going to look bad. And I think that definitely affected me and made me a little bit shyer than I would have been if I had been an average height and just one of the guys.
What was it like? You were in high school and your name is in all of the papers and everybody's talking about you and all of these colleges are seeking you out and you're basically on your own. There was a lot of pressure heaped on you all at once.
There was, but I guess it's kind of like being in a hurricane, like when you're in the center of it, it's kind of calm there. As soon as you move in any direction, get hit with all these cross currents, and that's basically what it was. I tried to stay away from it, and it was Coach Donahue's idea to keep me away from the press and the college recruiters as much as possible.
Jack, how would you describe the style of his playing?
He's tremendous. He's great. He can jump, he can run, he can shoot the ball, and he has tremendous desire and a tremendous amount of pride and desire to improve. I think that's the most important thing he has.
Lou Alcindor, as he is then known, is considered the best high school player in the country. Not since Wilt Chamberlain have college scouts seen a 7-footer with such awesome talent. NBA coach Gene Shue says of the high school phenom, "I'll trade 2 first-round draft choices for him right now." After over 100 college scholarship offers, Lou finally chooses UCLA.
Coach Wooden was a very confident coach. They'd won the NC2A championship twice in a row, and academically, UCLA was, you know, a first-rate school. There was everything here that I really needed: good coaching and a good academic environment, and they've been successful. I think you always identify with success and want to become part of it, and that's what I tried to do.
UCLA seemed perfect for young Lou Alcindor. Good climate, good academics, and great basketball. Alcindor's first game as a freshman was truly memorable. He scored 31 points against the varsity, and that wasn't all. His freshman team beat the varsity that day 75-60. This was the same varsity that had won 2 straight NC2A crowns. One newsman wrote, "UCLA is #1 in the country and #2 on its own campus."
Sophomore year, first game. People are curious. They ask, is Alcindor really that good? Alcindor answers with a dazzling array of slam dunks. He scores 56 points in his debut. 30 consecutive victories later, the Bruins face Dayton in the NCAA finals. The game is no contest. Alcindor wins the tournament's MVP award, and the Bruins crush Dayton by a score of 79-64. The winning streak swells to 47 games the next year. The Bruins are going to try for number 48 against Houston.
The press had an absolute field day in the game that you had against Houston, and they were matching up the Big E, Elvin Hayes, against Lou Alcindor. What were your recollections just before that game?
Well, I guess a couple of weeks before the game, I wasn't really that concerned. It was a non-conference game, and we were doing real well in the Pacific Conference. I wasn't really concerned about it. But we played against Cal Berkeley. The week before we were supposed to go down to Houston for the game, I got poked in the eye.
Right.
And I spent about a week in the Jules Stein eye clinic.
The time, 28 seconds. The score, 69-69. Hayes steps to the line. He has already accounted for 37 of Houston's points. They love the Big A, and he has broken the tie and has a little boxing. Hayes with the ball. It's the Hound and the Dogs. 3 seconds. The Houston Cougars have snapped UCLA's 47-game winning streak, and pandemonium at the Astrodome.
Now, after the game with Houston, Elvin Hayes was pretty vocal about his comments about you. How do you feel about what he said?
Well, he really didn't know what he was talking about. He claimed that my eye injury didn't affect my ability to play, and he had no way of knowing that. I played as hard as I could and as well as I could, but I didn't have it. I hadn't practiced in a week, and I couldn't see the basket the way that you have to see the basket in order to shoot well. So I don't think that his comments had any basis in reality or fact.
Did they surprise you?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. They won the game. There was no need to go shooting your mouth off about things you didn't know really what you were talking about. But that was his decision. I guess he felt he had to say what he had to say.
So they did win that game, and you went into the semifinals, and you faced them again. And that was a little bit of sweet revenge, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it was very sweet revenge. That game in Houston kind of wore on my mind because I felt that we were a better team. You know, we weren't able to do anything about it till we met them again.
And you took care of it?
We definitely took care of it.
Then you're on to face North Carolina in the finals.
UCLA disposes of North Carolina. Alcindor wins his second MVP award. And North Carolina coach Dean Smith is moved to say Alcindor is the best player who ever played college basketball. In his senior year, Alcindor privately changes his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but his game remains the same. Awesome. In the NCAAs, it's another MVP award for Jabbar and another championship for the Bruins.
What are your overall reflections of the years you spent here at UCLA?
I think it was a great place for me to try to grow up. I didn't manage to grow up, but I tried, and the people here tried to help me, and it was a good atmosphere. I wish I could come back. You know, I wish I could go back 20 years and do it again. It was a lot of fun.
For Lou Alcindor, it was time for the pros and a big decision. When Lou graduated college in 1969, the NBA and ABA were locked into a bidding war for college talent. The Milwaukee Bucks had the NBA rights to Alcindor, and the New York Nets had the ABA rights. The Nets offered Lou $1 million, and the Bucks offered $1.4 million.
Lou Alcindor, just a few moments ago, actually signed a multi-year contract to play professional basketball with the Milwaukee Bucks of the National Basketball Association.
For Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it's time to go up against the big boys in the NBA, men such as Wilt Chamberlain. Here, Jabbar gets a strong rebound off Wilt Chamberlain, dribbles the ball up court like a guard, and drives to the hoop like a strong forward. And Wilt isn't the only one who has trouble containing Kareem. His old nemesis, Elvin Hayes, experiences a similar dilemma: how to stop a 7-foot center who has the physical gifts of a guard or forward. West Unseld is simply overmatched by Kareem. Against the best players in the world, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar averages 15 rebounds and 29 points per game. He is named Rookie of the Year by a mile.
You know, when you went into the pros, Kareem, a lot of people were still quite a bit apprehensive as to how you were going to be able to handle the transition. But it didn't seem to bother you at all. As a matter of fact, you came into immediate success. How do you feel about that?
I had a few doubts because sometimes you tend to believe what the press is saying. But yeah, that can happen. But as soon as I got into training camp and had a few exhibition games, I felt that I could compete on the same level as everybody else. And I just went about trying to do it as best I could. Once I knew that I could do it, I just tried to continue to do it well.
And then in 1970, when the Bucks acquired Oscar Robertson, he made quite an impression on you.
Oh, hey, when you can play with someone of Oscar's caliber, I mean, it does a whole different thing to your game.
Oscar Robertson, the Big O, the man who some observers consider to be the greatest guard of all time, is just what the Bucks need. With Oscar's floor leadership added to Kareem's overpowering dominance, the Bucks win their division and proceed to the NBA Finals against the Baltimore Bullets. When the Bucks win the first 2 games, Bullet fans sense defeat. Their fears are confirmed as the Bucks take 4 straight. With a championship ring and the league's MVP award, this proves to be the happiest of times for Kareem in Milwaukee.
In 1971, the Bucks started to go downhill, and you became very unhappy in Milwaukee. Why?
I didn't feel completely at home in Milwaukee. And in fact, I made some rather silly statements about Milwaukee. It's really a very nice place, and the people were and are wonderful. I didn't feel at home there, and I started getting other things on my mind. I started having problems in my personal life. My marriage started to fail. And there was just a whole lot of things that made me want to change my location.
1975. Jabbar is traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Although the Laker team does not distinguish itself, Jabbar enjoys tremendous personal success. In his first 2 years with the Lakers, he captures his 4th and 5th MVP awards. When Magic Johnson joins the Lakers in 1979, the team takes off. Ultimately, they make it to the NBA Finals. It's Dr. J and the 76ers versus Jabbar and the Lakers. The series is tied at 2 games apiece when Jabbar injures his ankle in the 5th game.
And then he tumbles over Lionel Hollins. Jabbar may be injured.
I was just hoping that my ankle wasn't fractured. I wanted us to win so bad, and if we'd lost that game, it would have been, I thought it would have been curtains for us.
The Lakers won that 5th game, and with Kareem sitting out Game 6, Magic Johnson leads the Lakers to the championship, scoring 42 points.
The guys played out of their minds. Irvin had the best game of his pro career. Jamal had the best game of his pro career. Everybody did everything they could, and they took the game. It was like amazing.
So in 1981, it was a bit of a downer for you and for the team. And then in 1982, Westhead was fired. What was going on with the Lakers?
I don't know exactly what happened because I wasn't privy to a lot of the information. I really don't think it was Irvin's fault that Paul got fired. I think there was a lot more to it than what met the eye, but the public perceived it one way because of the news coverage, and it was really a downer for Irvin because you know, he was no longer Magic. He turned from Magic into being a brat, and that's not really what he's about. But this is the nature of the monster that we deal with.
With Pat Riley at coach, Jabbar and the Lakers win their division and once again set their sights on Philadelphia in the finals. It's like 1979 all over again, except this time the Lakers are even stronger. Again, they dispose of the 76ers in 6 games. Altogether, they win 12 of 14 playoff games. An awesome performance by an awesome team.
We played the game in a fashion that it would make everybody at UCLA proud because it was a classic way of playing the game in the UCLA style. Teamwork, quickness and speed, and unselfish play.
Is there any one particular event in all of the years that you've had in basketball that really stands out?
Ooh, there's so many of them. It's kind of hard to pick one out. It's been a whole lot of really high moments that I will cherish. I think just being able to make the friends that I've made and go the places that I've gone has been the most rewarding thing to me.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. You are truly, truly, truly a great sports legend.
Oh, thank you very much, Shane. It was my pleasure.